Hi guys, welcome to Oddcast, a For Nerds by Nerds show. Today you're joined by myself, Paige, and my co-hosts Joe and Cian. And today we're here to talk to you about Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings.
Most anticipated movie of all time.
It was so awesome.
Within the last 2 years.
I wouldn't give it that. It's not the most anticipated.
All right, well, before we get into this debate, I want to give you all this opportunity to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you can be aware when we get more videos. So anyway, back to what you guys were. Go ahead, argue. Continue.
What of the movie?
I'm way more hyped about No Way Home.
No, I was saying, okay, so that's towards the end of the year. That doesn't count, in my opinion.
Most anticipated movie of the last 2 years. That one doesn't count.
So now let's do a spoiler-free interpretation real quick. What would you give the movie? So come on, Cian. Since it's your most anticipated movie, what do you rank it?
8.
Oh, you give it as an 8?
Mm-hmm.
It's your... I can't.
What'd you give it?
With you. I give it a 9.
I'd give it an 8.
What's the matter with y'all?
I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. I mean, there was a lot in it.
He hated it.
Yeah, I hated it. No, I'm not you, Joe. That's a Joe thing.
It's not both of y'all. Chill.
It was fantastic. It was action-packed. I had a lot of comedy in it.
No, what would you make a 9? Like, I don't even understand now. What in the history of movies do you rank as a 9? I just want to know now. If you ranked that, your most anticipated movie, you only ranked
I
it
said
8.
it was the most anticipated. I didn't say it was my most anticipated.
Then your argument is valid. I also will negate your argument. It's not the most anticipated movie.
I mean, it's fine. In my opinion.
But what's your 9?
I don't remember what my 9 was. I know I gave something a 9 recently. I don't remember what it was.
Hey guys,
I can't trust your judgment.
if you've watched our previous videos, what did he give a 9 to?
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments.
I gave it a 9 to something. I just don't remember what it was.
I can't with you.
I'm honestly thinking about it. I really don't remember. Anyways, moving on.
You have no heart. None. You are heartless. You're a heartless person!
Why didn't you give it a 10?
Because nothing is perfect. I don't know that I've ever ranked anything a 10. I think the highest I would ever give something is maybe a 9.75 because nothing is perfect.
So technically a 9 is your perfect. Is your perfect.
No, 9.75 is perfect.
Okay, 9.75 is your perfect.
Yes. Because
So
nothing...
it was near perfect.
It was fucking awesome. The action, the characters, the fact that they finally are putting a spotlight on magic. Even though, I mean, yes, Doctor Strange was the first, but... With the story plots, with how it all played out, this is the spoiler-free part. So, but it was. I'm glad to see how much they're incorporating it into, because obviously with the Eternals and the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and what they did with Loki and with Scarlet Witch, I feel like magic is definitely going to be in the forefront of Phase 4. So I'm still here for it. So should we spoiler alert?
I've said something. Joe's been quiet over there.
No, it's just because I'm thinking, because I think Paige is about to get angry with me, because everything that she just said she loved about it is actually what prevented me from giving it a 10.
Why?
Because I felt like it was too over the top for me with what they were doing.
How?
Like, it just felt too... It was... So, the problem that I have with Captain Marvel is that she's too powerful. And I think that what they've done now is they've started to load their canon with a bunch of too powerful characters. And
I mean, the Eternals will definitely be on that list. I mean, they're fucking eternal.
No,
so...
you are correct.
They're also alien, so...
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm interested to see where they continue to go with it before I pass final judgment on it. But I thought it was good. I liked the action sequences, but I just felt like it was just a little bit too over the top.
I can... What I would say with that is that I can see where you're coming from as far as the too powerful, but the thing about it is that Shang-Chi is still human 100%.
Correct.
The only thing that gives him... Wait a minute. The only thing that gives him, quote-unquote, power is his family and currently the 10 rings. Other than that, he's just
I'm glad I
really
said spoiler alert, because...
Yeah, a really expert martial artist. So.
Well, I mean, anybody who watched the trailer knows that's how it was going to end. So,
Like I said, I'm glad I said it.
I don't think he's human. I think he's part dragon.
Well, no, he is already part of whatever race they are in Talo. Like they I mean, his mom is from there, so
Yeah.
he is technically only half human.
I think that he's a descendant of the dragon, which is why him having the rings activated whatever that thing was. Because it meant that somebody who is part of the dragon...
Activated what thing?
The beacon in the ring.
Oh.
I mean, maybe. And then, I mean, his mom did say that he had the heart of the dragon, but I thought that might have just been a kind of a play on you're from this area.
I think that all of the descendants from in Talo are part dragon.
I was going to say that.
That's what I'm saying.
Because when his mother took the rings from him in the beginning, from the dad,
Had the same color.
They turned that color. So I feel like it has to do with him being a descendant from Talo.
And the rings are the right size for a dragon to have worn them.
Where would a dragon have one?
So
A dragon as big as Mushu?
I was about to say,
no,
they fit on their arms.
Yeah, the bracelet. So if you were a giant-sized creature, it would be the size of like a ring, like an actual ring.
Oh,
Okay.
but
Sure.
And we know that the Mandarin, whose real name escapes me, found them at a tomb or in a crater. There's a rumor they don't know where they came from, but we do know that he came across them.
I mean, you talking about Trevor or the white guy?
His father, Shang-Chi's father.
Oh, you said the Mandarin, so I was like, okay. Go ahead. Moving on. Got it.
That's what I was like. I forgot his real name. Is it
Doesn't matter.
he says it one
Yeah,
time.
the
Chiu-wai?
once.
An orange. They were scared of an orange.
That part was funny.
No, so I think that his makeup is mystical in nature.
Well, yes, because he's
Sure.
also over 1,000 years old, so we don't know what his descendant.
Oh no, the rings extended his life the way that the one ring
Yes,
extended Frodo's.
however,
I'm
his-
referring to Shang-Chi.
Yes, but technically then his genes are from over 1,000 years ago, so we don't know what that kind of makeup had, especially with the. Anyway, another thing that I really enjoyed about it was it still had the Marvel feel. It was light. It had its serious moments, but it had Aquafina was the perfect choice for the best friend. Her comedic, like she's just, I loved her in Crazy Rich Asians. She also had that comedic flair in there, but I feel like she was really necessary to the story to lighten it because she has great comedy.
Speaking of story, I was shocked to find out that he had a sister, that Shang-Chi had a sister that played a major part in the story, which they did not show in the trailer at all, which I like. Marvel has a tendency of keeping things from people, which is great, but this was a little bit different. Like,
They also have a great system of misdirection.
Yes.
The storytelling was great because at first you thought that he hadn't killed the guy, and then you found out who it was that he was actually going to kill, and then you found out that he was killing the guy. Like the backstories and the switching back and forth, the storytelling in this one was superb, which is another reason why I gave it a 9. You have to get the storytelling just right, and I feel like they withheld the right amount of information at the right times, and then gave it to us at the right times. It was really well done.
I have a question though. I wonder how many men their mom took out before she died.
It's a good
wouldn't-
question. We don't know.
I mean, there were a lot on the ground. There were at least 10. I think I remember after we saw it the second time. I tried to pay more. I was trying to pay more attention, but the story was still so captivating that I had a hard time catching the background things.
I picked up on some new stuff the second time that we watched it
Yeah.
than I did the first time. Because
Like-
it gave me the opportunity to kind of think about it.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go into it at the end because you guys are going to argue with me about it, and I'm fine
Probably.
with that.
Actually, no.
That's
I'm curious. Go
potential
for it.
high.
So, the color in the dark, right? Which is the big bad in the movie. It's the thing on the other side of the gate.
Oh yeah.
Shang-Chi's father is being affected and influenced by it.
They said that multiple people throughout history have been.
Right.
I know where he's going with this.
But I think the reason that the caller is now reaching out is because right now, Earth does not have a Sorcerer Supreme in their timeline. Because even though you and CN are of the mind that it is taking place after Endgame, I think that only the first part of Endgame has occurred and not the second part of Endgame.
No, I agree with you. Especially after the second watch, I definitely agree that it happened. Like this was when 2018-ish.
No, it takes place now, 2021. However, Endgame does not complete until 2023, and we don't know what part of 2023 it takes place in. So it could be December of 2023 when the snap happens and everybody comes back. So it means that right now, the only people defending the Earth from mystical things.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you said that it takes place in 2021. I might have to disagree because of one key feature in the movie. When they left the bar, when Shang-Chi and Awkwafina's character was leaving the bar, he was wearing a shirt that said Class of 2017. So it can't be 2021.
Why not?
If you
Potentially his...
What? How old are you when you graduate high school?
It just depends on the person. It depends on the person when they start school, the whole nine. But,
17 or 18 is the answer.
And how old do you think Shang-Chi is?
It states in the movie he's 24.
Okay, so... Help me out, do the math. 17 and then...
17.
So if say you're 18 when you graduate...
Or is he younger than 24? So, okay. He meets the mom in 96.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's 7 when his mom dies. And or no, we can jump even farther. They've established that farther. He's 14 when
he gets sent to kill him.
Yes. And it's been 6 years since he left.
10.
No, it was 6 years.
No, he left his sister alone
years.
for 6, and then she ran away when she was 16.
Oh, and yeah, so that's 10 years. So no, he is 24. Okay, I was right. Okay.
So he's not part of the class of 17. He just has a shirt for the
So
class of 17.
technically it's 2023 in his current time.
I don't think it is. It seems to me like it would be really weird to say present day, and present day for when we're watching it is 2021.
Well, we definitely know that it's not 2023 because Bruce is not Professor Hulk yet, and Captain Marvel still has her longer hair.
Yeah, so she hasn't had her hair cut. The only thing that is a misdirect is we don't know how the Hulk or how Bruce is injured.
He was injured in Infinity War.
No, he wasn't. I went back and watched the opening to Endgame, and both of his hands are still there. He's fine. So I think that because Wong is the one who's leading the meeting at the end, and Captain Marvel's hair is super long, that's why I think that it's taking place in between the blip.
That's super long. Yeah, this is super long, but her hair's like here.
For her, like, to go from the buzz cut thing that she had...
I was just commenting on your word choice. It's fine.
But for her to have that long of a hair, I think it's taking place. Because if it is 2021, present day, which it said, then that means that the second part of Endgame hasn't happened yet. And I think that's why the caller in the dark is able to get his voice out there, the whispers, because there's no defense against the arcane arts, which is what they explain the sanctums do.
All right.
As well as the Eternals, they haven't set foot onto Earth yet, so they wouldn't have been activated either.
They're there.
The Eternals are in Talo?
No, they're on Earth.
I know, but that's why they weren't activated, is because it was still taking place in Talo. It hadn't breached over into Earth yet.
Correct. Because they only deal with the deviants, which
Correct.
haven't been really introduced or fleshed out yet. I'm looking forward to them.
Me too.
But I think it's all tying together, and with 4 new movies announced yesterday to fill in spots, I mean, Marvel's got a lot.
Day.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see those.
Well, no, Marvel announced the slots for 4 new movies.
Yeah.
And they're untitled. So it just says Untitled Marvel Movie, Untitled Marvel Movie, Untitled Marvel Movie. We do know that there's a Captain America 4.
Thanks for giving us so much information, guys. Good job.
We know there's a Captain America 4, and, I mean, if there is a Fantastic Four, and, we don't know. All I know is that it goes back to that power thing in the beginning. They are stacking the cards with lots of powerful characters, which means that whatever big bad it is they're planning, I don't think it's Kang. I think they're planning something before Kang.
Galactus.
Mephisto.
It could be Mephisto.
It could be a lot of Dr. Doom even. It could be a lot of things.
I think that's a trigger word for a lot of people.
Mephisto. Mephisto confirmed.
Well, it could also be the collection of Kangs too. Like, we're not entirely sure when and how. I mean, Multiverse of Madness. They're gonna all tie in with the new multiverse that Loki unleashed.
It could also be Wanda.
Or Sylvie unleashed.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get a lot more information once the Multiverse of Madness comes out, and maybe even
No Way Home.
But we'll definitely tune you guys in.
Or even Internals. I mean, I feel like each one is gonna sequentially add.
I mean, they're constantly building, and we just know that Kang is present, but we don't know
in what capacity.
We don't know when in the timeline it
yet?
happens.
When do you make the switch to being the villain, Kang? You could just be hanging out, chilling, doing your own thing, and then boom.
We'll probably find out.
We don't know when. Yeah, we don't know when in the timeline the thing with Kang happens. We know it happened in Loki, but we don't know when in this timeline
in real time,
that it has occurred, so where the multiverse will split. So that's something also that we don't know.
That is true. You're not wrong, because in 2023 it could be happening instead of 2021. Yeah. Or it's happening everywhere at all once, because that's the way that they explain time works. Who knows?
We'll find out eventually.
Chaos! Yay!
It seems to be the way.
Revelry!
Oh, jeez.
It's like we're at Pompeii. All right,
Anyways.
If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe and be notified the next time that we review a movie, because there are plenty coming out. There's plenty of stuff happening that we want to discuss with you. If you think that Shang-Chi is happening in 2021, go ahead and leave it in the comments. If you think that I'm way off my rocker and it's very wrong, leave that in the comments too. I'd love to discuss it with you.
I would actually, really love it.
I would love to talk to you about it. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Bye.
Later.